I waited to 12:12 since I couldn't get here at 12, so y'all know how we do.
I like that Honduran cigar, the spirits rise. Smoke curling like ancestors whispering in the sky. Dr. Sebi in my left ear saying heal from inside. This ain't no new land, we the ones that try to deny. Before Columbus ever dreamt the ship steered, we was building mounds, doing rituals with no fear. From Yucatan to Galveston, New Orleans near. That's the triangle of soul, boy, the map ain't clear. Second lines ain't parades, that's ancestral rights. Tambourines and feathers under full moonlight. We ain't immigrants now, we the original might. Built pyramids and bone flutes before Rome took flight. Top cat said it loud, stop begging for permission. Our culture ain't missing, it's just deep in tradition. We ain't African cause they told us we remember the mission. The land speaks Creole, so food and intuition. We been here through the blood and the drum, through the elders, the chants and the gifts of the sun. Smoke rise from the leaf, yeah, we talk to the sky. And the ancestors' rhythm, we never die. We been here, oh yeah, we been here. Way before they wrote their lives, we still here. This our home, not a place we disappear. James singing truth through the pain and the tears. Granny sat me down, roll something slow. Said when you puff, give thanks, let the cosmos know. I inhale the jungle, exhale the flow. Spitting stories that the textbooks still scared to show. So godly like a torch, from ancient rights. Aromas like prayers to the Orishas at night. New Orleans ain't a tourist tale, it's black divine. Where the jazz horns been time and the spirits align. Forget Columbus, we was dancing in stars. Trading turquoise, dripping culture in bars. Drums talking codes, spirits moving cars. Look close, the past ain't gone, it's just behind these stars. From Congo Square to Trammy porches, we built this land, no need for endorsements. The Mardi Gras beads ain't just for the quarter. That's soul, I'm a homie. We was gods before war. We been here through the blood and the drum, through the elders, the chants and the kiss of the sun.
Come on.
Smoke rise from the leaf, yeah, we talk to the sky. In the ancestors' rhythm, we never die.
Tell 'em.
We been here, oh yeah, we been here.
Way before they wrote their lives, we still here.
This our home, not a place we disappear. James singing truth through the pain. And here through the blood and the drum, through the elders, the chains
And the kiss of the sun, smoke rise from the leaf. Yeah, we talk to the sky. And the ancestors' rhythm, we never die.
We been.
Yes, yes. All honor to the ancestors. You hear me? All honor to the ancestors. Because without them, we couldn't be here. You hear me? I hope everybody, first of all, I hope everybody's feeling good for no reason at all. You hear me? I greet everybody in the highest elevation, a law of light, stillness, abundance, health, and wholeness, wherever you may be. You hear me? Whenever you drop through, I appreciate you for your time, because you could be doing anything other than taking the time, you know, to listen to me. You hear me? Because time is non-refundable, so I appreciate it. You hear me? Man, I got so many downloads I want to upload with us. You hear me? Because I know as it's happening in me, I know it's happening within y'all too. You hear me? It's just happening in us on different levels according to where we at in our journey. You hear me? And if we don't listen, we're going to miss it. I know the work that it takes, because I do the work. I know the work that it requires, because I do the work. You hear me? I know the discipline that it takes, because I do the work. You know the discipline that it takes, because you do the work. Because I ain't just talking for myself. If it's one thing that 2025 has showed me, is that it's so much about me. that it ain't about me at all. Now it's a paradox to that, but to those that overstand it, overstand it. And to those that don't, you will get there. But it's so much about me till it ain't about me at all. Because somebody got to be able to catch it. Somebody in the family, somebody in the family, somebody in the bloodline, somebody in the lineage got to be able to catch it. Got to be able to catch it to the point where, you able to say, this is what it is. This is what I come from. I can accept it because I can admit it. You see? And because I can admit it, you see, I can grow above it. I can grow beyond it. You see? I could be better than they never been, and cause them, to rise up and elevate, through what I do in me. How many of us has came to that point somewhere in our life other than me? You see, because I came with it. So I came with it. So I remember that much. But how many of us came here, and since we've been here, have come to that realization through our experiences? How many of us come to that point? See, and I'm asking us this because the enemy fights the hardest when victory is close. The enemy fights the hardest when victory is close. And I'm gonna say that again. The enemy, because somebody need to hear. It's gonna be a form of encouragement to those who need to hear. The enemy fights the hardest when victory is close. So that means as soon as you close to your breakthrough, whatever your breakthrough is, because I don't know, what you've been working towards, what you've been working inwardly for you to see outwardly, but you do. But I know, what I do know is, soon as your breakthrough close, soon as it's in sight, anything and everything that can pop up will. Anything and everything that can pop up will, just to shake your vision, just to shake your faith, just to rattle your efforts, just to discourage you. And it will if you allow it. You see, it will if you allow it. And things of the nature that I'm speaking to pop up every day, every moment. You see, we don't know when the hour. We don't know when the hour that something gonna go unexpected. We don't know when the hour something gonna shake our comfort zone. We don't know when the hour we're gonna get an unexpected phone call. You see? But the enemy fight the hardest when victory is close. You see? And the emotional strength that it takes. First, before we can even talk about emotional strength, you see, we got to address the mind and the mental discipline required to deal with what goes on in our mind. You see, because many of us experiencing some things. So the mental discipline that it takes, for us to have the emotional strength that's required. You see, to navigate through life, day-to-day life affairs. Moment to moment, life affairs. Breath to breath, life affairs. And ain't nobody say it's gonna be easy, and anybody that's making it look easy, you don't believe that lie. They putting on. You see, they putting on, cause it's real, you know. But everything that we must go through to evolve, everything that we must go through to expand, everything that we must go through to grow, to mature. You see, to inherit our rightfulness. You see, inherit our birthright. You see, as gods, we're gonna go through that to get there, you know, and it's needed because growth don't occur in comfort. See, growth don't occur in stagnation. Though growth don't occur in laziness. You see, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, yeah, or any other ally we could put on the end of a word. You know, growth don't occur in that. You know, so we're gonna need to. So when we have experiences that shake us up, when we have experiences that rattle us, when we have experiences that's uncomfortable, when we have experiences that's painful, you see, it's needed, not to make us numb, not to make us numb, you see, and not to hurt us, you see, but to get beyond the emotions and keep the energy moving, and you know, growth to grow from the infliction, to grow from the affliction, so it don't become a dis-ease, and the dis-ease become a disease. Walk with me, cause this how it happened. I know it's tiring, you know, to be going through the tests. I know as well as it's challenging to be going through the test, but I definitely know it's tiring, you know, and it can be draining, you know. The tests and the challenges and the obstacles, you know, and just life. It'll have us questioning ourselves, you know. It'll have us questioning our whole existence, you know. It'll have us thinking we're going crazy in you know, in the realms of our own mind, you know. We'll never tell nobody else that though, you know. But they might see certain things or certain characteristics and read it as such, you know, and tell somebody else that about you, you know. But it be going on in them too. You see, but if you just but we could get so caught up in what's taking us for a ride in ourselves, through ourselves, you know, that we think we the only one. You see, but everybody going through it. You see, and sometimes, you know, I don't said it years ago. Sometimes, you know, that's a good crutch to lean on. You know, somebody somewhere going through it worse than me. So sometimes you may have to use that slogan to get you through what you're going through. I don't use it before, you know, as a source of strength. I'll make it through this here, cause somewhere somebody going through something worse than me. You hear me? Depending on what situation I'm going through, whether it was whatever kind of situation it was, I ain't gonna put no label on it. You know, I'm gonna let us use our minds, because if we don't have them situations, we know exactly what I'm talking about. Cause my love, like I say, my love language is soul language. So what come out me it's gonna speak to your life. You hear me? I don't even worry about that. But yeah, I know what the fight is. I know what the fight consists of. But how long we gonna fight with ourselves? That's the question. How long are we gonna fight with ourselves? Because as I was saying, many things. You know, we in the spiritual age. We're in the what they call the new age of spirituality. So a lot of us has took our journey into spaces into places or spaces that we would have never had took ourselves, or we would never have probably even been introduced in some cases, if not for technology and the internet, So, thanks to that, but many of us, we just came out the 12 portal, and I started this video at 12 on the 13th, because it's the 13th now, because I couldn't start it at 12 like I intended. But for those of us who are on spiritual journeys, and at this time of the year, it's winter time. We're experiencing some things right now. Because autumn is not fall until winter. And my spirit spoke that to me earlier. Autumn is not fall until winter. And that means if you didn't see where the color has faded in your life, and what the year we already don't, the part of the year we already don't live through has had the opportunity to show us, then before this year out, and as we go into 2020, the beginning of 2026, we will see the fruits of our labor, if we're not seeing it right now. So it's important for us to know what we're doing with and what we're doing about what has been unveiled in us, to us, about ourselves. If you don't listen, you're gonna miss it. And if you have to rewind the video back, please do. Don't be shy. You hear me? Don't be shy. You hear me? Cause you gotta go through life to get to it. You gotta go through life to get to it. And many of us feeling some things that we ain't never felt before. According to where we are on our spiritual journey, and some of us realizing that, we feeling some things that we ain't never felt before, but we always felt, we just have never felt it like it's being felt, in the way that it's coming back up, and showing itself to us for us to look at it, and sit with it, and learn from it, and release it, back into the universe, so it can find its home, especially the toxicity, especially all the mess, especially all the garbage, especially all the trauma, especially all the unhealed wounds. You see, especially all the mama issues, especially all the daddy issues, especially all the sibling issues. You see, especially all the uncle and auntie issues, especially all the grandma and granddaddy issues. You see, any kind of wound, spiritual wound, emotional wound, mental wound. You see, physical wound. Look at it, sit with it, or sit with it, look at it. Learn it and release it. You see, because if it ain't happening, if it ain't happening to you now, it ain't happening to you now. So whatever mental or emotional or visual imprint it left us with, that we still holding on to, that's on each and every one of us if we still holding on to it. And if you ain't one who holding on to it, don't need you in my comment section talking about Sawu, that ain't me. You hear me? Just think something that it ain't you. You hear me? But yeah, that's who it's for. But who it ain't for, it ain't for you. You ain't gotta let me know that. You hear me? I salute you for doing the work that it took for it not to be you. Cause like I say in the beginning, I know what it takes. so you can't fake it. You can't. And what I represent and what I present and what I vibrate, you can't fake this to make this. Because the energy is the evidence. It don't need me to say nothing. If your energy, your evidence, it don't need you to say nothing. All you gotta do is show up where you show up at, and shit gon' shift. You see, so Yeah, that's where it's at, man. It's brutal. It's brutal honesty. Ain't no better time than right now to be brutal honesty. Brutally honest with yourself. Brutally honest with yourself, man. You hear me? Yeah. Because and because and what I was speaking to, and I was contemplating with it. It's like when we eat food. We eat food piece by piece. We filter. In other words, we filter our food when we eat food. You see, but in the event that it's an upset in the stomach and that food want to come up, it don't come up in the way we ate it. It come up all at one time, and I'm using that analogy to show us that this is what goes on spiritually. Our life happen and from moment to moment, in moments. But when they come back up, when certain things, when it's time for certain things to come back up, because we don't carry it so long, and the cycles that we go through, and these shifts that we go through, and these portals that we go through, and these planetary movements that we go through, that connect to the whole thing, and with a whole bunch of other stuff, because in the way that we connected to it, because the universe is in us, not outside of us. So when things come up, to show us what we've been doing, it's like Santa Claus. You is your Santa Claus. You know you when you've been naughty. You know when you've been nice. You know when you've been good or bad. You see. So when the judge and you. When the judge of you appear to show you to yourself, through the inner workings of your mind, and these things start coming up, and they coming up in a way that we can't filter them one at a time, because it's hitting you, it's hitting you all at one time through these blocks of energy that we call emotion. It could take you for a loop if you're not ready for it. You see, and I'll leave it at that, because it ain't for me to say who ain't ready and who not. Because we gonna tell on ourselves. It's gonna expose us of ourselves, in the way that it do amongst those that we interact with, when we do, because it's inevitable, it's inevitable. The shadow don't. One thing about the shadow, it don't hide from the sunlight. It don't hide from the sun. You hear me? But pay attention. Like I said, our activation indicators. We're going through different stages of ourselves, spiritually and soulfully, depending on how we walk in our walk, within ourselves, how we walking with ourselves, in our walk, But that's what the year of the snake was all about, 2025, How much we shared to renew. How did we share to renew? Life, death, and the resurrection. That's what the year of the snake was all about. Yeah. It probably makes sense. It probably makes sense to a lot of people to hear me say it like that. The life, the death, and the resurrection. Shared in process. Think about a butterfly, caterpillar, cocoon, crystallized state. Then it come back out as a butterfly flying off. Life, death, resurrection. You see, 2025, the shared process. Because 2026, it's about horsepower now. The year of the horsepower. Everything we don't learn, had a whole lot of experiences. Not just 2025. every year previous since the time we've been here up until now. We don't have a whole lot of experiences, and those experiences gave us a whole lot of tools. You see. So the last thing we could be out here doing is using our imagination as a place to escape. You know, when we got everything we need now in the melting pot that it don't became to form our reality in the way that we want to. You see, that's the only way we should be using our imagination now. You hear me? To form our reality in the way in which we desire. Emotional strength, self-trust, and self-belief. And you can do it. I know you can, cause I believe in you. You hear me? You just another form of me, and if I believe in me, I gotta believe in you. You see, and if you ain't around people that's telling you things like this, then what you around them for? Cause they're already showing you how they see you in the way that they see yourself. That they'll never tell you, and if you ain't able to see it, why would they stop? You know, using your energy however they using it for if y'all ain't having these type of conversations. Cause this what keeping it real is about. This is what keeping it real is about the people, concerning the people that you say you love. This is what keeping 100 is concerning the people, and about the people that you say you love. You see, these are the type of conversations that we supposed to be having with each other. Cause iron sharpen iron. You hear me? So everybody can have a sharp sword, not just me. You hear me? But y'all, I just came through the Sarah Fruit thing, man. I appreciate y'all like I appreciate y'all. You hear me? For rocking with me, how you rock with me. And remember, you got to go through life to get to it, man. And the only thing you're trying to get to is yourself, you know. And you know the work that it took. And if you know the work that it took, you know the work that it take. You hear me? And it's on you to do it, because I can't do it for you. Feel good for no reason at all. Move in stillness, love, light, health, and abundance. You know, it take you to be the stillness in the midst of the storm. You hear me? And once again, emotional strength, self-trust, and self-belief. But y'all know what it is, man. I'm known as Awu. Be you how you be you. Peace. Love y'all.